here. 56 from the U.S. From North Carolina.
Donald Trump was one of the most famous people in the history of the world for the last 30 to 40 years. So erase the last 8 years. He's the guy from The Apprentice, okay? No one cared that much about Trump either direction. They're like, yeah, I like that guy, man. He's cool. I love Trump, man. Or, I don't know, he's not really my speed, okay? Heat meter at a 3 in either direction. And the media and the deep state have put so much effort into smearing this guy and painting him as the worst person on earth that you have people taking AK-47s to a golf course to try to shoot him. And in their mind, they really believe they're doing a good thing. And then you have all these leftists in these clips that we're about to look at that are like, why can't somebody just successfully murder this guy? Jeez. You're like, what is wrong with these people? Well, look at that. Everybody's saying they don't have a motive for this crime, and I do. Look at who found the motive, you guys, right here. Oh my gosh, you guys, someone took a shot at Trump, and it seems to be drowning out a very important story that was coming out as we speak, about the ABC whistleblower and the legal affidavit about how they rigged the debate. One of the most damning and shocking things I've ever seen. Election interference. But it's fine. Don't worry, because we definitely completely 100% rigged the debate in one of the most criminal formats I've ever seen. But don't worry, guys. No one's going to hear about that because some kook went to Trump International and set up to shoot Trump. I mean, it's like, it's too perfect, dude. It is too perfect. So this is the guy who tried to shoot President Trump yesterday. He somehow escaped with his life, even though the Secret Service was shooting at him. And in the most predictable story that anyone has ever heard, there's been a second attempt on Donald Trump's life. I think that the universal commentary after Thomas Michael Crooks took a shot at Trump and hit him in the ear and then killed other people who were at the rally was that, well, they're going to take another shot at him before November, So here's another one, here's another one. And here's the thing. If you need reasons to be suspicious about this particular guy, I'm going to give you a bunch, okay? I'm going to give you a bunch. What are the odds that the person who was set up on Trump at a golf course had just come home from going out to Ukraine? Now, listen, we're going to look at a lot of different stories related to this. We're going to look at what this guy has said. This is him, obviously. We're going to look at what his son said about him, and we're going to look at the post that this guy made, because the idea that this guy was not a Democrat, which is what I'm seeing on X, is absolutely hilarious and completely not true, okay? This guy was as hardcore a brainwashed leftist as you will ever see in your entire life. He went to Ukraine, okay? I'm going to show you a video of him talking about why he's in Ukraine to fight against the Russians. And you'll just be like, oh, wow, dude. Did someone remove your brain and then just plug you into the mainstream media? Is that what's going on? Or are you straight up MK Ultra'd? Like, just straight up, your brain is washed. Is that what we're looking at potentially? I don't know. But I wanted to point one thing out right out of the gate, okay? So this guy's name is Ryan Wesley Routh. Now, why that stuck out to me is because Thomas Michael Crooks is the name of the most recent shooter in Butler. And I'm like, why do all these guys have 3 names, Then I thought about it. I was like, who else has 3 names? Lee Harvey Oswald and John Wilkes Booth and John Warnock Hinckley, who is the guy who shot Reagan. What is the deal with that? Is that some kind of like deep state dog whistle? You know what I mean? Hey, if we're going to MK Ultra someone, the way you'll know is they'll always have 3 names. Like, that's weird, dude. Why do they always have 3 names, man? Why do they always have 3 names? Is that not super weird? Okay. So let's start looking at some of the very, very bizarre details of this case. Let's start right here with what the guy's son said about the shooter, and then we're going to get into some much, much, much shadier details. And by the way, go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. I don't know what's going to happen now. The last time Trump got shot at, my channel exploded. I gained 200,000 subscribers in a week. So I don't know if whatever, I have no idea what YouTube's algorithm's doing, because a few weeks after that, anything I put up about Trump would only be shown to like 97% people actively subscribe to my channel. So I don't know what's going on. If you want to make sure that you can see my stuff, subscribing is your best option. All right, let's watch this thing. So let's go through a super quick overview. The FBI is investigating what appears to be an attempted assassination attempt on Donald Trump at his Florida golf club. Everybody knows about this thus far pretty much. Secret Service had spotted a rifle barrel sticking out of a fence, and agents fired at a man who was in the bushes along the perimeter, according to Palm Beach County Sheriff Rick Bradshaw. The suspect fled in a car and was detained after being stopped on the highway. Person detained is Ryan Wesley Routh, another three-named assassin. Weird. According to 3 law enforcement sources, Routh, who owns a small construction company in Hawaii, had criticized Trump on social media and is a staunch supporter of Ukraine. What does that even mean, dude? So he was 300 to 500 yards away from Trump, and law enforcement found an AK-47 rifle, GoPro camera, backpacks where the suspect was positioned. Really quick, I want to thank the sponsor of this video, Yo Kratom, $60 kilograms, gets to your house in 2 days. Top quality, all the strains, give them a look. Now, what's more important than hearing from this guy in his own words what kind of mindset he's in? And this is what I was alluding to when I said someone unplugged his brain and plugged him straight into MSNBC, okay? He's in Ukraine. This is not a person with any military background, and he's in Ukraine. This is his worldview right here.
What and why are you here?
I'm 56 from the U.S., from North Carolina originally, so live in Hawaii now, so flew all the way from Hawaii
Blue
here.
hair.
So the question as far as why I'm here, to me, you know, a lot of the other conflicts are gray, but this conflict is definitely black and white. This is about good versus evil. This is a storybook, you know, any movie we've ever watched, this is definitely evil against good. I mean, we're back.
This is a genius right here. Like when I think criminal mastermind, I think a person who looks at the Ukraine conflict and says, this is black and white, good versus evil. You're all, can you go ahead and explain that to me? He's all, let MSNBC explain it to you. Putin is pure evil. You're like, I mean, I'm just saying, you do realize this is a border dispute between 2 former Soviet countries in which the majority of the people in the disputed area speak Russian, and they actually wanted them to come in, and the United States has brought in country after country after country into NATO, and they were going to bring Ukraine into NATO, which is literally right next door to, like, that sounds black and white, good versus evil to you? Which side is good and which side's evil? Because you're in Ukraine, right? He's like, well, Putin's evil. You're like, you are genius. You seem like not the kind of person that could get MK Ultra into thinking that you are going to shoot the president of the United States and be the good guy. What an idiot. Let's continue.
Battling a situation here where, you know, the Ukrainians and the rest of the world are caring and kind, and it's just a matter of, you know, we need to stand up for that. That is the most important thing in the world, is just to show human beings that we're kind and we're caring and that we take care of one another and that the world is united, so that we feed each other and make sure that, you know, we all move forward as one collective whole unit. So, you know, we feel the pain of one country's failure and their conflicts, and we enjoy the successes of other countries that are doing good.
This is why I don't hate people like this guy anymore. You know, like, this is why. It was a perfect analogy that I gave earlier today, and I was very proud of, okay? Like, I used to, like, listen to people like this and just, my eyes would bleed. I'd be so mad. Now I listen to these guys, and I feel anger at the people taking advantage of them, okay? Because, like, as an example, if some, like, brainwashed Scientologist starts screaming at you about Xenu, right? Do you hate the person screaming at you about Xenu? Is that really how, you know, or do you hate Scientology for brainwashing this dimwit? Do you know what I mean? Like, this guy, listen to what he's saying. Listen to his actual motivations. He's in Ukraine because he thinks the world is all in harmony and he wants to help. You know, like, if it wasn't for Putin, everyone would just be harmoniously sharing resources and yada, yada. It's like, this, he really believes this. It's like, guy, I don't hate people for being stupid unless they try to shoot the presidential candidate. And then I'm like, now you're too stupid, okay? You've gone over the line into, we need to lock you up because you're dangerous, because you're that stupid, okay? But make no mistake about it. This is the result of propaganda that has been fed to this side for years and years and years and years and years. And I want to make a very specific point about it right now. And I want everyone to listen to me very carefully when I say the thing that I'm about to say, okay? Donald Trump did not hit the main stage in 2015 when he started running for president. I want everybody to keep that in mind, okay? Donald Trump was one of the most famous people in the world for the last 40 years, okay? He has been around. Everyone knows who he is. Everyone knew who he was. No one had a strong opinion of him either way, okay? Like, it was like, he's on The Apprentice. And people were like, dude, I love Trump, man. Okay, they say, I love Trump. But they're like, yeah, he's cool, dude. I think Trump's cool. And other people are like, I don't know, man. I don't really like Trump. It's not really my style, okay? The heat meter on either direction of how do you feel about Trump would be like a 3 out of 10 for anybody, okay? Unless they were on The Apprentice and they got fired or something, right? Okay, outside of people, like, everybody's at a 3. So when you have hit a point now where the guy who was the head, like the guy who was the lead on The Apprentice, which is a show everybody knew, and he's also a very famous global figure, we've gotten to the point where people would be happy if he got murdered, to the point where kooks like this would even be a vehicle for committing murder and think that that's a good thing. Like, I'm the good guy. This guy, with all of his good intentions, okay, all of his good intentions, took an AK-47 to a golf course to try to shoot Donald Trump, the host of The Apprentice, okay? Think about that. Think about how mental people have gone because of all of the media and the apparatus completely turning on him and then painting him out to be some tyrannical character that's going to, like, destroy the world. It's ridiculous. It's a lie. It's stupid. And this is the result. Make no mistake about it. This is the deep state that is responsible for this. Okay? That's a fact. Okay? This guy tried to shoot. Just forget about the last 8 years and just think about that. That someone actually went to go shoot Donald Trump from The Apprentice, and in their mind, they're like, I'm doing the world a favor. It's like, he's the same guy. Anyway, let's continue.
And we all work together, and for some reason, Russia does not grasp this concept that we're all one unit, and we have to get along and work together and be normal human beings. This is 2022. We have to work together. It seems asinine that we have a leader.
Okay. Like, listen, okay? My God. I've said this a billion times, you guys, that my gauge of intelligence is a person's ability to understand people. I don't give a shit what, like, numerous facts about blah, 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 okay? I do respect a person's ability to, like, take facts and then structure them into a coherent, like, thought. Obviously, that is intelligence. But people who have a fundamental misunderstanding, like, just a lack of understanding of humans, I just look at them like, dude, what? You really believe the narrative that, like, oh, evil guys. Yeah, it's just pure evil. There's no scenario where I'd be on that side. It's like, God, shut up, idiot. Okay? But that is why it is so dangerous to, have these people out there, man. Now, this is a video I haven't even watched yet that I think I'm actually going to do a different video on this. This is the one I was actually wanted to show you. Like this. So look at this, okay? This is exactly what I wanted to say here. The man who tried to kill Trump today tweeted democracy was on the ballot and we can't afford to fail. Then he tried to kill Trump. He was directly motivated by the claims of Joe Biden, Kamala to kill Trump. I would say the deep state, the mainstream media, and them, yes. His Twitter. POTUS, your campaign should be called something like KADAF. Keep America democratic and free. Trump's should be Massa. Make Americans slaves again, master. Democracy is on the ballot and we cannot lose. We can't afford to fail. The world is counting on us to show the way. Dude, what on earth are you talking about? What world have you lived in? Okay? It's like, I will never underestimate the power of the mainstream media and cable news ever, because it's like, dude, they literally locked us in our homes for multiple years. Okay? They made you do that, told you that you wouldn't get the thing, and then you got the thing. They told you everybody would not get the thing, and then they all got the thing. Okay? And you still trust that, and though you don't want to ask some questions about that. You're not like, maybe I should be on the other side of that tyranny. How Like, what has Trump possibly done that would indicate anything that you're talking about? Give one example from your own life. It's so insane to me. So the Guardian somehow got a hold of this guy's son, right? And the son literally did not even know this happened until he was on the phone with a reporter. And so they got a very candid conversation with the guy. So his name is Ryan Routh. See how regular folks only have 2 names, but assassins have 3? What do you think that's about? You know, that's very weird. He says his dad, accused of targeting ex-president for unknown motivations, was passionate about the Ukraine cause. That's cool. Anything else you want to tell us about the guy? You know, because he says some pretty weird stuff here. The son of the man accused of trying to assassinate Donald Trump at his Florida golf course on Sunday said his father had traveled to Ukraine and volunteered to provide what the son described as humanitarian aid to troops defending the country from Russian forces that invaded in 2022. You guys already saw that. A source with direct knowledge of the investigation confirmed to the Guardian that the suspect in Sunday's case is 58-year-old Ryan Wesley Routh, though law enforcement has not officially named him and there was no immediate indication of a motive. I can think of one. But we'll talk about that in a future video, like where, you know, they dog whistled him into even if it wasn't an MK Ultra thing, they straight up dog whistled him into doing this. His son, Ryan Routh, reportedly said he had not been able to immediately speak to his father or get information about the accusations against him, so he did not want to talk on his behalf. Yeah, your father's in prison forever. It better be forever. But he also described his father as yada yada. Okay, my dad went over there and saw people fighting and dying. The younger Routh said in a telephone call. He tried to make sure stuff. Why is this guy swearing so much? Look, listen to this. This is the quote from this guy's kid. I'm gonna say these words. My dad went over there and saw people fucking fighting and dying. And then he tried to make sure shit was cool and shit was not cool. Hey, this guy's a genius, dude. This guy is a genius. Hey, your dad tried to murder the former president. Do you have anything to say? He's all, yeah, I'm going to say 4 swear words in my 2-sentence statement. Idiot. Referring to the former president, who days earlier at the presidential debate would not answer whether he wanted Ukraine to win the war against Russia, Ryan Routh said, meanwhile, this guy's sitting behind his desk. Listen to this. Meanwhile, this guy's sitting behind his fucking desk, not doing a goddamn thing. What is wrong with these people, dude? A review of posts on Twitter X associated with an account under Ryan Routh's name also show Ukraine was an important cause to him. 2 posts on that account from August 2023 addressed Ukraine's president. One said Routh was in Kyiv and he wanted to create a tent city for foreigners in a local park in hopes that it would prompt more people from abroad to raise great support and equipment. I hate that I have to hate on this guy, honestly. I mean, seriously. This actually really pisses me off now. Like, this is a guy who flew to Ukraine and was trying to, you know, I mean, like, now that I understand his motivations, like, this guy really thinks he's doing something good, and he left his home, flew to Ukraine, and is trying to drum up support so that he can get weapons and like equipment to the soldiers who are fighting a war. That doesn't sound like a person I'm supposed to not like. That sounds like a person I'm supposed to like. And these people brainwashed this guy to a point where he thought he should take a shot at the former president because that's the right thing to do. The other suggested that Zelensky asked Congress to put all members of the U.S. military on paid leave so they can come fight as civilians in Ukraine. A third post from December also expressed concern for Haiti, which has been dealing with violent civil unrest. Trump invoked both Ukraine and Haiti in his recent debate with Kamala Harris, Democrat. That's probably why this guy did this, actually. That is why this guy did this. Straight up. I think I really did just uncover this guy's motivation. For real. I think I have the motive. I think we just uncovered the motive right here. Okay? Real talk. I think this is his motive. So yeah, you think that's fair to say? This is a guy who felt so strongly about Ukraine that he went over there, was trying to set up a tent city, was trying to get the entire American military to be able to go on leave and go fight as civilians. And then you also, what's the other thing that's most important to him? The unrest in Haiti. And he just watched the rigged presidential debate where Trump made his central talking points. He wouldn't commit to not pull the troops out of Ukraine, pull all funding out of Ukraine. This guy's been to Ukraine. Not to mention, his other thing is Haiti, and Trump is talking about Haitians coming in and eating cats and dogs. Okay? Like, Trump stuck a fork directly in the light socket of this kook's, like, number 1 and number 2 topic. I guarantee that's why he did this. I mean, you know, aside from the fact that the deep state also brainwashed him and wanted him to do it, most likely. So, yeah, I mean, listen, dude, like Iran Ruth said, I know the discourse isn't working, but we still need to stick to the discourse. He said his dad's not a violent person. Well, clearly he's not a very, like, good violent person, you know? First time he tried to do something violent and he failed miserably. This is probably enough for now. I'm going to do a lot more coverage on this later today because, oh, and by the way, this is all, you know, amazing, dude. Show the world what compassion and humanity is all about, said the Post, while adding that Trump will never do anything for them. Yeah, and the Sun wanted to make perfectly clear that he also hates Trump. It's like, hey, man, noted. Noted, bro. Trust me, no one would ever dare to quote you on something and not notate that you hate Donald Trump. Because that's a really healthy thing, is hating people, dude. You know, because you guys are super loving. Wait until you see my next video on this and you see what these leftist psychos are saying about this entire thing. Is like, I don't understand. Like, you should be able to lock people up for that. You go on to, like, you're telling me that in the UK, you get locked up for saying things like, hey, there are immigrants that are attacking whatever. But if someone says, man, I wish that someone would murder the president. Hey, that doesn't, you know what I mean? They're like, well, freedom of speech. Oh, yeah, but I thought you're not supposed to be able to incite violence. And also, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'm not saying you put him in jail, but maybe someone could slap him around a little bit. You know, rooting for someone to get murdered seems like, you know, a good reason to get slapped around a little bit. Anyway, that was a joke, okay? Guys, that's a joke. Anyway, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell. Love you guys. Bye.